Hi, you are watching Norma Cowie on her YouTube channel. It's Saturday morning. Last night, I finally got to see another movie. I'm sorry to be so long, but there's not much being offered in the theaters, number one. And number two, although I do want to see Tenet again to really understand it, the other movie that had intrigued me was the new Mutants. Now, I knew there was some horror in the movie, and I'm not a horror genre fan, so I don't go see horror movies. And I knew there was something like that, so I didn't want to see it at night. And finally, the theater put it on at a time, which is when I like to go to see the movies. It's kind of my afternoon off on a Friday, and I go to a movie. But my schedule has been a little wonky, and they never showed the New Mutants at this time. They always had it in the evening, which I didn't want to go and see a movie that horror in it when it was dark when I was coming out. So what did I think of this movie, The New Mutants? As an X-Men fan who's watched everything, even TV shows they put on about mutant kids and stuff, I was looking forward to it, but I also was hesitant because of the horror part. I must say, the horror part, I only closed my eyes twice. I did not go to sleep in this movie, which is always a good benefit. There was only three of us again in the theater, two young teenagers, and I asked them at the end how they enjoyed it. They said it was good. I felt the same way, but, and there's a big but. Now, it says the director-writer is Joss Boone. Something was missing in this movie. To put my finger on it, because I'm a great believer in editing, and I didn't catch who the editor is, I thought the editing was actually quite good because it flowed. And as I said, I didn't go to sleep. I didn't lose focus. Closed my eyes a couple of times in the horror part, but even that was manageable. So let's take a look at the format. There's four teenagers in this facility run by one person, played by Alice Braga. She was Dr. Reyes, the only adult. Oh, well, that's not true, because in some of the scenes in the horror, the parts when people start coming, there's humans there, but they're not real. And then a fifth one arrives, and all sorts of mayhem start. There's a lot of different, what would you call it, vying for supremacy. Now we've got three girls, two boys, and they want out. They want out of this building, and they can't get out because they're like in a big cage. It's a big cage, but it's a cage. So let's take a look who's there. Maisie Williams, I recognized. Her. She, as always, did a great job. The others I really didn't know, except there's a small part played by Adam Beach, not Alan, but Adam Beach, who plays Blue Hunt's dad. He has a small part, but it was nice to see him. I always enjoy him anyway. So who we got? The other teenagers were Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Heaton, Henry Zagar, I think that I've written down there. And Blue Hunt really played the big part, and Danny when comes in. Now, the interesting thing, and I want to say this about the theme, because in a way in our society right now, which is being run on a lot of fear throughout main media and things, it showed, and as I think the movie is appropriate for this, is that this gal that comes in, Danny, doesn't know that she has an ability, doesn't really know they're mutant. She's a mutant. And her talent was to create people's fears, what they were most afraid of. And that's when the horror starts a little bit, because some of them, and I have to admit, it goes into physicality. It's not just in your mind. Their fears become real, and they actually affect in the physical. And so I'm glad I saw it, but where's the other thing? I really felt this movie was set up as a precursor to what was coming because of the ending of the movie when these kids finally escape from this horror show that's going on. And if you want to see it, yeah, go see it, because there are some twists and tangles in there that are really fairly interesting. And if you're interested in how the subconscious, which is where I always have been interested, and how that can affect you in your life and how you perceive things, this is just taking it to a different level, but it's basically the same thing. So if you want to have a little bit of horror, teenagers interacting as teenagers do, one person working to maintain control, and some stunts that are pretty good, then I would recommend that you can see this. I just wish it had a little bit more awareness in it, a little bit more something. And for me, not putting my finger on it, I don't know. It was just, I needed something more. I needed something that sparked of whatever is going to come. And there was a hint of that. There was a hint of that of this other place where they sort of deducted that they would be sent there in the end. There was a couple of points that were being made, but there was something unfortunately missing. So, if I was to say 5, I can't say 5, I would say it's a 3 out of 5, because there were some interesting points, especially for me, who really, really likes to know about what and how the human mind works. So, Mr. Boone, you directed it, you wrote it, you got your point across to me that, yeah, fear is something. If a strong person has a lot of energy, and I see that with my clients, actually, where they take things on from other people. So you had that down right. But there was something missing. And I would recommend it, but not say you have to go see it. But I would like you to go see it because I want you to support the movies. I want more movies coming. I just found out and read this morning 2 more are not coming. I was looking forward to 007. Nope, now until February. And a couple of other movies that Wonder Woman 84, that's coming. That's being put back. Everything's being put back. We need some more movies, guys. Movies to go see that we can see that are not soppy, romantic B movies. Thanks. Enjoy the movies.